When you think about broadband, I mean, broadband connectivity is an essential ingredient in a vibrant economic system.
A new day is dawning in the Bay Area, a diverse community of 7 million people speaking different languages with one common connection, high-speed internet. But hundreds of thousands still haven't connected to broadband. 20% of East Bay residents aren't connected, making it much harder to get a good education, find a job, start a business, or shop smart.
It's an urgent issue, and everyone should care very much about it.
Keith Rajan is director of the Governor's Office of Business and Economic Development. He supports a statewide push to bridge the digital divide and get the states unconnected connected.
The challenge of our time to bridge that divide and live up to the promise of what our state and what our country are really about.
The East Bay Broadband Consortium, a regional organization of 41 members, has launched a campaign called East Bay Connects to improve broadband access and adoption in Alameda, Contra Costa, and Solano counties. Here are some of the East Bay residents who are using resources associated with East Bay Connects to connect to low-cost broadband and succeed.
Computer is very important.
Access to a computer and the internet are the necessary tools for today's students. Adeleo's son, Brighton, was falling behind in school, but through a web-based program and a computer, he was able to not only catch up, but to advance.
I kind of thought it was boring because it said the things over and over.
But repetition is just what Brighton needed.
Well, I kept on practicing and I got better.
His mother says having a computer and access to the internet were a major part of his success.
For example, Brighton is using about 10 hours a week to practice on the computer.
Now he's at the top of his class in English and math.
I felt successful, like I can do it.
For adults like Ismael Cuevas, the computer offers a way to supplement his income.
Más que nada hay que vencer el miedo.
Both Ismael and his wife hold down full-time jobs, but with 2 young boys to raise and goals of owning property, he needed to generate more cash flow. To supplement his daytime job as a cook, he decided to buy cars on the internet. He buys them, cleans them up, and then resells them at a profit back on the internet.
Bueno, sí he ganado dinero.
¿Como cuántos carros tú crees que tú has vendido por la internet?
Sí, ya bastantes.
¿Bastante?
Sí.
There was only one hitch. Ismael was always on the computer, so his son William could never use it to do his homework.
When I needed to use the computer for research, he was using it.
Luckily, the family was able to get a second computer just for William, for free. William says he's already learned a lot with it.
Microsoft Word, PowerPoint, Picasa, all of that.
The family makes enough money to afford monthly internet fees, but if you can't, there are ways to get access at low cost and even for free. Asha Richardson didn't waste any time.
But it was the fact that they have access to all this really cool equipment and technology.
Tech savvy already in high school, she turned to youth radio in Oakland after graduating to learn computer programming.
Having tech skills, no matter what your job is going to make you more money and make your job easier.
Kurt Collins is her instructor.
What we're really focusing on is building internet-connected applications, things that are powered by data from the internet.
Students work on real projects, gives them invaluable workplace experience.
Maybe not every kid will want to go be a computer scientist and like program a robot or something like that, but they won't think they couldn't do it. And I think that's what access is about.
Success may be harder for some disadvantaged residents, such as the formerly incarcerated, but there are resources for them too.
Technology nowadays is amazing. So, without it, I wouldn't have been able to accomplish what I have now.
Jorge Alcala barely knew what a computer looked like when he came back into the community. he turned to America Works in Oakland, an organization that helps ex-offenders with job placement and education. The program helped Alcala get back on his feet. Now he's going to college.
We all find ourselves in positions we don't want to be in, but we all have the option of getting out of them. My best recommendation is reach out to the help that's given to you.
To learn more about computers, you can get a free or low-cost class at the Stride Center.
The base course that we offer is called the A+. It's a PC technician certification.
Graduating students can go to work at the Stride Center's own computer repair shop, Reliatech, in San Pablo. Clifford Lewis is one of its graduates.
It was suggested that I go ahead and start looking for something that's going to be a longer-term career versus just finding a job.
He's done so well that he's now the refurbishing manager.
If it's physically possible for us to fix it, we will.
Now, he's helping others while holding down a good-paying job.
You get into an industry like this, you're not really doing it for the money, but you're doing it for the love.
Of course, you can't connect and succeed without a computer and access to broadband.
Helps me communicate with the outside world.
Julia Bailey is disabled and on a fixed income, but she was able to get her computer for free by volunteering at OTX West in Oakland. Volunteers scrub keyboards and wipe down computers, earning service bucks to buy the computer of their choice. Julia Bailey's computer has been a life changer.
I'm not shut in, I'm able to communicate.
She also loves sharing the computer with her granddaughter. But her favorite part? She's learned how to use Skype, a video telephone service that allows her to attend her class without having to be there physically.
And then they saw my face on Skype, and I was in the class, so it was really exciting.
OTX West also sells computers, and they're a real deal. The cost can be even much less if you're a new broadband subscriber.
Free tech support is become critical, that if someone has a problem, they can bring it in and we'll either fix it or replace it.
OTX provides a computer, tech support, training, a complete digital inclusion solution. As the sun goes down over the Bay Area, our goal is to offer new opportunities to hundreds of thousands of Bay Area residents striving to bridge the digital divide.